spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with rulers by lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother.
Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Thursday, I do it every single time. Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Piper Academy Network. I am Lunar Beaches Crypto, and tonight we're going to be going over the high-impact data that we're going to be getting tomorrow. We'll go over what happened with Jolts today, and we'll do some charting because I realized that I didn't get into too much charting last night for TA Tuesday, which is very unfortunate. Did a lot of talking, not a lot of charting, but we'll make up for it tonight. I mean, did a little bit of charting, but not a whole lot. Mostly it was all, I think it was all Bitcoin, or mostly Bitcoin. So we want to take a look at some altcoins, just random altcoins, just go through a whole bunch. We'll go through the top 10 and see how everything's looking with the top 10. And then from there, we'll just roll with it. It's Wildcard Wednesday. So thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you. Shout out to you if you are coming over from Billy Goat Tales. Completely missed it again. My life is very busy, so I especially when you have a toddler, it's just what I need to do is I need to start bringing my earbuds home from work and at least listen to Billy Goat Tales while I'm playing with the kiddo. But outside of that, guys, yeah, I do hope that you all had an amazing day, a radical day, and yeah. Let's just go ahead and bring up the Madhouse. What's going up? And what's going on, everybody? What's going on? How are you all doing? Mike Volmer, good evening to you, Mike. Hope you're doing well. Indie Rock Crypto. Let's mother effing go. Alumni. IRC in the chat. Always a blessing to have you here. Always spreading the love. Alexandra G. Good evening, Mod Queen. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had an amazing radical day. Ooh, we've got Melissa in here. OG, what's going on? Melissa, One Love and House, good evening. Army Piper's in here. What's going on, my brother? Hope you are all doing well and are getting ready for the big move tomorrow that starts tomorrow. It'll start tomorrow, and then it'll end tomorrow, and then it'll start up again Thursday, and it'll end Thursday. Nah, I'm just yanking your chains. Is that a Schaefer sighting? Not. What's going on, Jonathan Schaefer? I see you in there. Hey guys. He said, hey guys. While he's swooping his hair. What's going on, Schaefmeister? Thank you for being here, brother. All set. What's going on? Thank you. All set. Thank you, Alexandra G, and all set for And anyone else that commented on my recent fair value gaps video, I do appreciate you all. And yeah. So tomorrow, let's just go ahead and get into the biz. New here, good evening. Good evening, Newbie Crypto. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the stream. We do appreciate you. We welcome you with open arms. And hope that you enjoy the content. So tomorrow, we've got GDP growth rate quarter over quarter advanced. So we're going to be taking a look at Q1 GDP. All right. If we come in higher than forecast, we might see a rally. Okay. If we come in lower than forecast, we'll probably see a dump. Now this is at 8:30. Okay. At 10, we have core PCE, which is essentially the inflation rate that the Fed cares about. That's basically what it is. If that comes in higher than forecast, well, it's not good. That means inflation is staying high, and with the labor market still remaining pretty resilient, we did have fewer job openings this month or last month. I think I want to say, there's two ways to interpret that. Fewer job openings mean that there's jobs are taken, or fewer job openings means there's no work. So which one was it? That's the question. Maybe Piper can give us all, break that down for us in the chat without me chat GPTing it. Nasty jobs report. Okay, so he says it was nasty. Okay, so not good. So that's not good that it came in lower. Probably why we saw the little dip that we saw today. Now, of course, price action has been doing essentially what I said it was going to do Sunday night, which was go sideways. And I even said, it might come up, it might come down, it might go up, and it might come down. But the general direction will be sideways. I thought that would be the case for the week, but getting further into the week, I'm starting to think that we might be setting up for some trickery in here, some market maker trickery. We'll get into that in just a second. But GDP growth, we want to see that come in higher if we want to be bullish. I am short-term. I am still short-term bullish. I am waiting for the trend to break. The current micro trend, Piper, which is bullish. I'm waiting for that to break. We've got personal income month over month, so we get to see what people's income's looking like. If they're remaining elevated, then that could mean demand sustains, and that means inflation sustains, potentially. Jamie Dimon stated recession is the best case scenario today. What's the worst case? Depression? I think they would print us out of a depression before they would allow a depression to happen, but that doesn't mean there wouldn't be significant economic impact on the front end of that. Personal consumption expenditures is also tomorrow, and these last three, they all drop at 10. The first one drops at 8:30. Now, this could be one of those instances where we do get a move at 8:30 tomorrow. Okay, let's just say we've got these equal highs up here. Let's just give an example. So let's mark off, well, nope, right here. So this is 8:30. Let me just use a vertical line here. 830 right there. That's what I took from that. Ouch. Yeah. I think no matter what, a recession is on the horizon. The main question is, and not saying to be hopeful of this, because I don't want to give that impression. I'm just saying the question is, are we going to get one more rally breaking the all-time highs before the Great Recession 2.0? Or is it just going to go ahead and crumble? Either way, I see us crumbling. It's just, will we get one last hurrah, or is it just going to fall apart? And I think you should operate until, like Piper says, until we break the all-time high. We should operate as if it's just all going to fall apart at any moment. So, which could happen. But tomorrow's going to be a high impact day, so we want to be paying attention, especially for us that are intraday traders. But what I could see is overnight, maybe we get a move to the upside. It's maybe kind of choppy, but then on that data release, maybe it's good, and we get a pump up initially. We sweep the equal highs. Now, we don't have to come up and take out this high. We just have to barely even tap those or sweep those equal highs before rolling over to the downside. So that's what I'll be watching for, those equal highs. If we are to kind of come to the downside, then I would look for those equal highs to be upside liquidity that potentially at 10 a.m. Let me go ahead and mark off 10 right there. So let me drop this down to the 5. But there's not really going to be a whole lot of time between these data releases, as you can see. 8:30 to 10. We know these are equal highs, so I'm just going to go ahead and did I lock that? What in the world? Oh, I drew that. That's why. Duh. Doy. Oh my goodness. All right. Equal highs and equal lows love to be taken out. We've already come down and swept this low, so I'm not concerned about this one. The next low is what I'll be looking at right there. And then after that, it'll be this low. Bless me. Stretch that out. There we go. So, essentially, what I will be looking for is a sweep, either coming up here, sweep that high, and then we get some kind of market structure shift. Maybe even another swing failure pattern that traps longs as they think we're bullish. If we do get price action, by the way, that does look something like this, and it's just kind of staggering and moving its way up. This is engineered liquidity. It is meant to draw in buyers. Okay? And as it gets closer and closer and closer, and you get that breakout, people that are breakout traders will take the breakout trade. What are the market makers doing at that instance? If everybody's buying, if retail's buying off of the news, what do you think the institutions will be doing? They'll be selling. And they'll come down and they'll wreck all the lows. But ultimately, if the data is positive, ultimately we might just come down to wreck all these lows and come down into this higher time frame imbalance over here. Let's go to the daily. I think it's more prominent 3-day. We've actually already come down into that fair value gap on the 3-day. So we do have, I really like this one. We've already bounced off of this one once, but that doesn't mean we can't revisit it. But this is an imbalance that needs to be balanced. If not now, it will happen later. Now, one thing we can take note of is we have put in a lower high here and then did get a down close candle following the lower high. We also have some pretty equal lows here. All right, so liquidity is going to be resting down here. And then on our lower time frames, we will have the liquidity resting above us here. All right. So now that I've zoomed out a bit and that I can see, these are the levels that I will be watching. So the question for me isn't necessarily, will these levels get taken out? It's going to be, which one gets taken out first? Are we going to just go straight down? Hit the imbalance, get a reversal, and then come back up to take out the highs? I think very possible. That could also, if we have completed a 5-wave structure to the upside, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If that is the case, which is looking more and more likely, then this would be a nice A, B, C, dip down to sweep the liquidity, and then go for that 5th wave to the upside. So, we shall see. Well, we got the Wicks in the house. What's going on? Wiki fresh. Retro Mic Tech round trip is a strategy too. Yes, it is. Oh man, how you guys doing? Hope you are doing well. I think red on a man is so assertive. Ooh, thank you. Mike, round trip is the only strategy, especially for virtuals holders. Ooh. For the record, Wick agreed that virtuals was a good investment. He was wrong. No comment. Oh, man. I don't even... Yeah, no comment. I can't say anything because I haven't really trusted anything other than Bitcoin. And I guess XRP. But this cycle, I just haven't, man. All right. But since I said I would do it, we're going to do it. Let's go ahead and take a look at ETH. How are we looking over here? Ethereum. All right. I got to get rid of the joke because if this plays out, I mean, it's already trying to play out. This would be absolutely insane, which is why I don't think it's going to happen at all, just to be clear. But it would be pretty insane. Yeah, you have to admit, it would be pretty radical if this happened. Pretty radical. How bullish is May going to be? Could be pretty bullish. I don't know. We don't know. So what I do know is that we have earnings data coming out this week. Tomorrow, we've got 2 coming out tomorrow of the 4 big tech giants. We can go ahead. We'll get back to the altcoins, but let's see. Trading home, because this is important. So Apple is tomorrow. Thursday. Meta is Wednesday. So we have Meta tomorrow and maybe Amazon. No, Amazon. So it's Meta and Microsoft. Meta and Microsoft come in tomorrow. I'm not sure if those are going to be mornings or post-market earnings reports, but we'll see. This looks like it wants to shoot straight up. So, I mean, just looking at it. Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Just look at it. Would you just look at that? Just look at it. All right. So let's go to the 4 hour. I mean, if this thing breaks, I mean, you would just think that thing's gonna shoot up. This is Microsoft. Let's go ahead and pull a fixed range volume profile here. Let's see. Pulling a little more. All right, so we are, yeah, I mean, we do have some upside. That point of control is sitting up there at 415. So that could tell us something. Short-term bullish. Potentially the same for the Googs. I don't know why I'm looking at Googs. What was the other one? It's Meta and Microsoft for tomorrow. This one's got some equal lows to this one and a nice little gap here. So, but we are trying to flip green on our money flow. We do have a bullish divergence here. We did get a little push up off of that bullish divergence. So, yeah, I don't know. I think when I looked at Meta on Sunday, I was like, ugh. Just not the prettiest chart. Did have a big spike in volume over here. Let's just take in this down move. Okay, so we are at the point of control, above the point of control, with a lot of room. I say a lot, but with some room to move to the upside. Big volume spike up here at about 606. And then with the value area high at about 620, 622 and a half. The Originalist of Gangsters is the name of my newest alt rock band. Nice. All of the amazing OGs up in her. Yeah, man. Love seeing it. Love seeing it. All the OGs. I love all of you. You're all beautiful, amazing people. I just want you to know that. Oh, I want you to know that you're all beautiful, yo. Don't call my mama wait. Yeah, we do have a point of control up here at 415 for Microsoft. So, I don't know, man. I think those earnings reports might come in looking good. Because why? Because the chart says that they might come in looking good. Yes. 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 Yes or no? Yes or no? It is trying. It's sitting there. It's struggling. It's broken the trend line. OC retest. I mean, it's just kind of consolidating, trying to come back for that OC retest. We could see it come down to that 5,537 point mark. We are getting some bearish divergences in here. Now, these do tend to come early, and bearish divergences tend to get ignored in a bullish environment. Now, we do have Lutnick coming out and talking more positively about the markets, kind of, you know, the administration in general is kind of pulling back the tough rhetoric a little bit on the tariffs. Now, just because they're pulling back on the rhetoric doesn't mean you shouldn't pay attention to their actions. Actions speak louder than words, and as far as I could tell, they haven't said that they're backing off on the tariffs, but they are speaking very positively about it. Even Trump said that, you know, he's got 200 negotiations wrapped up or getting close to being wrapped up. And, seeing as how there's only 183 countries in the world, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. Why does she use her frail arms and no legs to climb the stairs before throwing herself out the window again? Poor BTC. 2 days in a row. Wait, I miss you all too. I've been so busy with the nice weather, working in house projects, spring cleaning for the fur babies, my business, and the list goes on. Hope you two are well, the Wicks. So I don't know why I read that like that, Melissa. It's not about the breakup, it's about the retest. It's not about the breakup, it's about the retest. It's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. It's not about the breakup, it's about the reject. Welcome to dating coach David, LBC, LLC. Thank you for joining 107.5 KISS FM, and we give you all of the love advice that you need. What's going on? How are you all doing tonight? We've got the beautiful, magnificent, stunning, absolutely lavish Russell 2K coming in looking really sexy in that tight formation. You know what I mean? It's got a nice tight formation, and it's just coiling up, getting ready to blow. The only question is it a dribbler? Or is it an exploder? And of course, Crypto Billy enters the chat. What's going on, Crypto Billy? Shout out to you. David, thank you for reading in its entirety. You're welcome. David, LBC, the love guru, what's going on? So, yeah, the Russell 2K, man, this is the one that we really need to see get going, because that would signify breadth opening up into the markets. Now, what that means, breadth opening up in the markets, that means coming into a more risk-on environment, even though it could be short-lived, which I think it would be short-lived. I do think that we will have a generally bullish May, maybe first half of May or so, maybe even leading into June, and then we'll see how everything's shaping up by that point. But as of right now, like I said, still cautious and, just waiting. Waiting to see what the market provides. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. Ethereum still looking like absolute dog crap. Let's see, have we broken a trend? Probably not. Not this one, at least. That one's got 3 touches. We did break this downwards trend right here, so that's good. Look for a potential move up to this next trend line. Go ahead and throw a fib from high to low. Push. I don't know about that. High to low. We do have a 50% retracement sitting here at $2,757. But first, we've got to make it through that 236 at $2,030. Essentially, guys, we need to clear 2,000, big psychological level for Ethereum. I'm just wondering when this coin is going to die. I mean, it's like it's just slowly dying. Death by 1,000 cuts type of deal. Just slowly bleeding out forever and always. But I don't think that's going to be the case at all, because it's done a nice clean sweep of the lows in here. It's gone down a little bit further than anticipated, but at least for most people, unless your name is Benjamin Cowan and you kind of just expected for all of this to occur. So we do have Ethereum BTC coming down to 2019 lows at the same time that Ethereum USD came down to its 2022 bear market. Well, no, it didn't come down to its 2022 bear market lows, but it came god dang close. The 2023 lows for sure. Swept 2023's lows. Now it's time to come up and do what, guys? What is this up here? What is this? What's this? What are these? What are these? They are equal highs. You come down, you sweep the range low. This being the range. Right there. This is the range. You come down, you sweep the range low, and then you come back and you run it back up, and you sweep the range high. And typically, if you see a move like this, you're typically, if it's a big push to the downside, it's going to rip to the upside. Just saying, watch out for ETH in the coming days, coming weeks. Nope, not that one. What is next? Solana? No. XRP, I believe, is number 3. Let's see. Is this as far back as your... because you deleted XRP during the lawsuit? Yep, that's why. XRP still holding up pretty well. Bringing a little more data in here, but we are sitting below the point of control from this low to current price. We do have that value area low sitting below us, and that really high volume node sitting there at $1.13. I don't know that we get down there. $1.50 maybe. If we do get some bullish news tomorrow, though, then this thing could just break out massively. Now, I didn't want to delete the fibs. There we go. Important to note that we did close another weekly candle above that 50% retracement. And let's see, on the daily, we have closed above the 0.382 at $2.24. Looking for this to really break. Might go ahead and set an alert on that. Yep, crossing the trend line. There we go. I mean, this looks like accumulation to me, with a shift, with market structure trying to get a shift in here. Now, it could stall out. We do have the bearish divergence. This is on the daily chart, so that does mean that we could see another push up before that daily divergence plays out. We come down, we sweep the lows, and then we get the break. So I wouldn't get into a hurry on XRP. Of course, I just deleted the thing that... there we go. Do I still have my alert on this? There we go. Little clock. That's how you know. All right. So if we break that, then could be smooth sailing for XRP. Let's go ahead and zoom out a bit more, see what we could be looking at as far as potential upside targets. Now, if this does play out like this flag in here, then I will take the flag pole. I will place this at the most recent low. wherever that most recent low comes in at. If we do happen to come down lower, then it'll obviously come down lower. But the measured move on that's $11.34 for XRP. Now, I don't know if we'll get that kind of move. It's very, very sussy. If I just take from the range high and go to the range low, and then just put that on top here, that gets us up to about $7.20, which does seem a little bit more realistic for me. The reason why I did that, guys, is because we can actually take a look at some of these, but you take a range, and let's just clone this box, and you just move this box up one, you've got a measured move of that range, and you could even take some trades, especially if you got a bullish structure or like a bull flag coming in, and you just aim for that measured move. Price comes up, it breaks that high, you get a retest, and then you aim for the measured move to the upside. Now we see how fast XRP ran before, so you gotta buckle up when this thing gets going. It always moves fast when it's pumping. Otherwise, it's just dead and sideways. But when it gets moving, it gets friggin' moving. All right, Solana. Good night, Wix. Good night. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening, my dear friends. Oh no. Oh no. This is what I drew, apparently. And I'm here for it. Look at that. Alright. It's too much madness. Can't even see what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're sitting at $147.86 for Solana. We have come down and swept these range lows in here. So that's good to see for us to come down and sweep and then reclaim those lows. Now, we could come down and back test and make sure that that is sufficient support, or we could just continue to gradually climb and then really get moving. Outside of that, could just be a retrace. 50% would be my general target for that. Now, let's see how close I got on that. Pretty close. I'll move it up right there. There we go. Get rid of the fib. So yeah, 50% retracement of this move here. It would be right up here. So I'd be looking for potential reversal up in this area here. Red rectangle, 225 to 292. I'd be looking for a potential reversal in there. And yeah, anything in the discount or premium zone, which is anything above the 50% retracement. But I do see a nice flush down here, so I would take this low before that flush, and then take the high, and then just draw that box across. Oh, hola, Billy. Hey, Billy, I really like the way you look. I really hope the Billy Goat Tails went good tonight. You know what I mean? The Dusty Hunt is here. No way. What's going on, Dusty? How are you doing? Hope you are doing absolutely splendid. West Coast time now, eh? Yeah, still early for you. Yeah. So Solana, essentially look for that. I would say that it will probably at least get up to, back testing that 0.236 might be nice, might be a decent little short-term long in here, up to that $1.97. So from current price to $1.97, 50% retracement. I think it can at least get that in it as a 50% retracement. We do have the value area high sitting above us there, but we also have a volume sitting right at that 50% retracement. So I would just be looking for a small little move just for now of about, just 35%. That's all it is. That's pretty big, but let's move this across. Let's take in all of this. Yeah, we're sitting on top of point of control too, so yeah, this looks like a short-term buy for me. Now it does have this over here that it's got to get through at about 167. Pretty much this 0.382, which is at 173. Of course, if it breaks through that, it doesn't really look like there's much left for it to get through. Not really. 237. Yeah, I'll just be looking for first to get through that 382. I think it should at least get to 50% retracement. If it doesn't, could be going lower. Because if we get a bounce off of that 382, that typically means we're going to continue lower. So get above 382, get to that 50. Preferably, if you are long Solana, you want to get above that value area high. And then back test the 50 and go. Go for that third wave. That'd be wave 2. 1, maybe 2, 3, breaks the high, 4, and then 5 to the upside, hitting that $500 mark. Big psychological level. It could do it. Let's go back to the beginning. Show my original drawing. There we go. We'll see what happens. I'm going to leave that up there. Who we got next? Ada. Ooh, looking like garbage. Pick a different chart with a little more history. His story. No more Easter time for me. You get to watch more shows on the west side. There you go. West side, yeah. Cardano, maybe a push up to about $1.13. Maybe more. Let's go ahead and pull fixed range profile. Okay. We came up to the value area high, got a rejection. We do have that point of control down here that we have not tested in a while. However, this is going all the way back to the previous bull market. So let's just go ahead and take it some recent data. Let's take in these lows and this high here. Oh man. Oh man. That does not look good. I am not liking Cardano right now. Got some work to do. Watch it. It'll probably like blast off and just leave everybody behind. I'm beat up from the feed up. Had to come for LBC to lullaby me to sleep with that sexy hillbilly voice that genetically in my blood. It's like a mating call for spirit animals. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. All right, Billy. Oh man, we're getting a little close, Billy. I like it. I like you. I like it, Billy. You know how I like them corned beef and taters. Corned beef, cornbread, Bitcoin, all of it. I like it all. What's going on, New Earth? What's going on? RS Miller in the chat. Hope y'all are doing well. We do have a hidden bullish divergence here on Cardano. This is probably going to be one of those And it really is. Cardano's not really one that I like to chart a whole lot. It's one of those things where, you buy it low and you sell it high, in my opinion, kind of like XRP. You can trade them. They're just kind of difficult because they both like to go sideways and down for a long period of time and then do big bursts to the upside. That's what makes them better for just hodling. It's buying low on hodl, and then selling high. Shiba Inu, just as dead as Ethereum, but this thing could get rocking and rolling. Just like everything else, crypto. Oh, wow. Look at that. So, Shiba Inu came back. I don't know any of the fundamentals on this dang coin. It's a meme coin, so, I don't really look into meme coins or care about them at all. But from a chart perspective, we're down at demand, and it's holding it as support, putting in bullish divergence. Could see a little push up. I don't know how high it will go, but you never know. You never know. Shiba Inu next support 0.0. Yeah. The market cap's crazy on SHIB. Yeah. Yep. Yes, it is. Shiba Inu. This looks like a buy to me. Now, this looks like a job for me. Now, everybody, come follow me. Because we need a little controversy. Because it feels so empty without me. I don't understand how it even stays up. That's what never mind. Shiba Inu? That's a good question. I don't know if there's like coins locked up or anything like that. Who knows? But yeah, SHIB, don't really care. ICP, also something that I really don't care about. Seems like this thing has been just a whole hype thing from the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. It'll probably do some crazy run up for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Oh, who knows? We'll see. But I don't like all of these coins that are just dragging butt, man. They're just really dragging, not showing a whole lot of strength. If we do get some bullish price action in the markets, a lot of these coins, all they might do is just retrace, maybe barely set, not even a new all-time high. Of course, if you go back and you find some of my videos from like freaking 2 years ago, like when we were in the coming out of the bear market, and I guess we're half a year maybe out of the bear market, maybe going into maybe a little bit into 2023. I'm scanning these charts and I'm looking at these altcoins and I'm like, the way that this stuff is shaping up, I think it might have even been towards the end of 2023, because as bullish as Bitcoin was because of the ETFs that were coming in January of last year, we saw these altcoins really not doing a whole lot. And I just remember going through all of them and thinking to myself, man, maybe they get up to a 50% retracement from this high. And they might not even do that. They might only get to a 50% retracement from this high. And Polkadot has failed to do that twice, but we do have these equal highs, and I've been showing you guys on the stream all night. We come down, we sweep the range low. We've got equal highs. We sweep the equal lows, run it back up for the equal highs. Polkadot could get a massive run just based off of where it's at right now. New all-time highs, questionable. Very questionable. Now, what's going to suck for most of crypto, what I think, is when we do get go through a recession, the only thing that's going to make sense to be in will be Bitcoin. Why? because Bitcoin will have the narrative. The rest of crypto doesn't have the same narrative as Bitcoin. It just doesn't. And the rest of crypto doesn't have the same institutional involvement as Bitcoin. Piper just talked about the story the other day. Banks are now allowed to custody your Bitcoin and stablecoins. Something like that, right? Is that a triple bottom for DOT? I mean, technically, I guess you could call it a triple bottom. I just call it a liquidity sweep of equal lows, but I guess you could call that a triple bottom. But yeah, I just see more and more money going into Bitcoin as people trust it more and more, especially in a risk-off environment. So I don't expect most altcoins to break all-time highs. And I'm talking 99% of them. I don't expect it. From last cycle to this cycle, if they were here last cycle and they broke all-time highs last cycle and they went on massive runs last cycle, I don't think they're doing it this cycle. I just don't. There's nothing that really tells me that they should break new all-time highs. Doge. Just see. Doge is one that might do it. One, memes, hype. All Elon's got to do is tweet something positive about it, and it'll go. Okay, so it has that going for it. It's also proof of work, and I really like proof of work stuff. And I think that we could see a United States government whose regulatory framework might favor proof of work cryptos, and they'll call them all made in America, because that's how we do things, while having our chips made in Taiwan, our software made, well, no, software is probably US. I mean, how much of this is actually, like, if I go to the Made in America list, this is what I pulled all these off of CoinMarketCap. This was their Made in America list, because all of these projects apparently are made in America. I don't even know what that means. I guess all the devs are from the United States, but if they're all decentralized protocols, then can we really say they're made in America? I don't know. You know what you can't say is made in America? Bitcoin. Can't say that's made in America. You know what you can say is made in America? XRP. We are in a fantasy world about to get a rude awakening. What is the fantasy world, and what is the rude awakening of which you speak? Because I may agree, and I may not, depending on what you mean by that. Algo, basically a dead project. Devs have fled it a long time ago. And so one that I just haven't really been watching. I don't like to buy cheap. I like to buy strength. And if you're not showing me strength, I'm not going to buy you. Why? Because assets aren't like your supermarket or like your Walmart. You're not looking to buy at a discount per se. You're looking to buy when prices are actually moving to the upside and showing that they are going to continue to move to the upside. Because otherwise, that discount could turn into an even bigger discount and could turn into an even bigger discount, and so on and so forth, so long as you're not showing any signs of strength. So we need to see some signs of strength. How we live in America and don't make anything. We're in a fantasy world about to get a rude awakening. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. That's what people don't understand. It's like, look around your house. How much stuff in your house right now, which if you looked at the tag on it, says made in China? Because the truth is, we can't make everything here. We don't have the resources. Like coffee, we have to import. There's obviously tons of things that we just have to import if we want to have those same things. And then there's also the fact that, we're probably going to start paying more for stuff because across the board tariffs, not sector specific tariffs, which makes sense. No, across the board tariffs, which don't make sense and will not bring in the revenue that this administration says it's trying to bring in. Now, I say that because to Piper's point, or Piper's idea, which I have seen other people pick up on it too, and that's this whole refinancing of the $9 trillion or so in U.S. debt. 95 is glad to be with us again. Huh? Anyways. I forgot. Oh, yeah. So that we can refinance the U.S. debt. That actually makes way more sense. But talk about a crazy way to do it. Like, you're trying to break the economy so that you force a Fed pivot so that they lower interest rates so that you can refinance the debt. But in doing so, you go and tariff the entire world. And you don't expect retaliatory tariffs? You don't expect prices to jump up and inflation to rise, causing the Fed to remain paused? Also, if we're trying to bring work back here and we're bringing work back here and there's jobs to be had and we're creating these jobs, I don't think that's happening, but if that is what you were trying to go for, well, guess what? Your labor market's also strong. Labor market's strong, inflation going up. Now, labor market is starting to show some weakness, which is what they want to see. It's weird saying that. Is kind of what we want to see. Is we kind of want to see things kind of, I don't know, break. And it's really one of those things. It's kind of like, just rip the Band-Aid off, get it over with. But at the same time, that's difficult to do to millions of people. And not just millions, really billions of people, because the U.S. economy has been the navigators of free trade for decades. And it kind of feels like that's coming to an end. But who knows? Maybe cooler heads will prevail, but I don't see how any nation can trust us in our negotiation. It's going to take a while before we can earn trust back from other nations when it comes to trading and our trading partners and our frenemies, because of how how awesome we have been in the past with our our open market, But hey, if we want to just hand the reins over to China, I guess we can do that. We already see China going to the EU, trying to make some deals. We already see Canada doing the same thing, just trying to cut us out, and we're going to be hurting. And hey, we'll see what happens. I think we will survive, but we're gonna go through some tough times, and that's just how it is. Just the way the cookie crumbles. Takes a few years to set up a factory. Exactly. Especially like robotics fact. Now, don't get me wrong, that is something where we should be investing heavily as a nation, is in like robotics, our chips manufacturing and stuff, which, why tear up the CHIPS Act when it was doing its job? But whatever. Just because it has Biden's name on it, which I think is just, I don't know. It would be like, it's the same when, Biden just tore up a bunch of stuff that Trump did just because Trump did it. But then he would go and reinstate some of it, right? And be like, look what we did. And Trump does the same thing. They all do it, they all do it. They all just, you know what? I actually liked that one, but I'm going to cancel it and then give it a few months and then reinstate it under a different name. That way I get the credit for it. Okay. I guess that is politics, but man, I just feel like we could be so much better. We could do so much better. We could be kinder to each other. We could debate more in good faith. I don't know. Don't want to go on a whole tangent, but generally, I'm short-term bullish because I think the Q1 numbers I don't know that they're going to be as terrible as people think they're going to be, because the tariffs hadn't really gone into effect yet. Q2 data, on the other hand, when it starts coming out in Q3, oof. That's why I'm thinking maybe we get one last hurrah for the institutions to just completely unload everything because they see what's coming down the pike. And by the time the masses know that we're in a recession after the stock market's done crumbled, by that time, it's already too late. But we can be prepared. We can expect it. We should expect it. And just get prepared for it. If things do just kind of explode over the next month, during May, please take profits. Not financial advice. Just a suggestion. Not even that. I don't know. It's not financial advice, but I would say what I'm going to be doing, what I would do is if things really do pump next month, like I am kind of suspecting they will, don't complete your round trip. Please take some profits. Now, I will be here every single day. I'll be doing the stream Sunday through Thursday, but I'll be available every single day. Piper's going to be available. The whole alumni team will be available. And thank you, Alexander G, for sharing my new video on fair value gaps. I appreciate that. But yeah, just yeah. If you get into profit, if you're down now and you get into profit, let's take it day by day, and we'll see if. I would still probably take some off the table, regardless. Take some off the table. If you want to let the rest ride, but please take some profit off the table. At least take out what you put in if you can. That way you get your money back and then just let the rest ride if you want. There's many different ways to go about it, but it will be like a day-by-day deal. and we'll just have to see what happens. But the economic data is going to come out tomorrow. It's going to be high impact. I think we'll see a lot of volatility, a lot of ups and downs, and it might continue to be a sideways week until we get into Thursday and Friday. I mean, even though tomorrow we might see some big swings, that doesn't necessarily mean we're really going anywhere. BOJ interest rate decision is about to come in. We'll see. Or I guess that's tomorrow night. So we'll check on that too. Yeah, we have ISM manufacturing, some more economic stuff, and the non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate on Friday. So the next 3 days, gonna be doozies. So there's gonna be stop hunts, liquidity grabs, all that good stuff. If you're doing intraday trading, I recommend being in and out of trades, maybe just doing 2-to-1 trades, tight stops. Wait for swings, wait for lows or highs to be swept, and then see if you can't trade in the opposite direction. But outside of that, guys, I'm going to I'm gonna head out. Call it a night. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you for being here. Don't forget to come back tomorrow to the channel. Check out Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp. The morning market report at 10 with OC Guy and the Army Piper, and then we'll have trading with OC at 8. And then we'll be right back here for more Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for being here. I do hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Mad love. Peace out. Bye. Good night.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, like shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see the future in sight. It's Markets After Dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets After Dark, where only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance, where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From Bitcoin markets soaring fast. Markets After Dark, shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see the future in sight. It's Markets After Dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the